There's Pablo. Join me again. I've been out here all morning, carrying on with this little design that I've been working on. So I'm giving you an update. Let's talk you through it. Okay, so I've expanded that rocky outcrop. We've added to it, and we've put the dustbin lid at this section. Now you've got to bear in mind at the minute that there's no gravel, no hardcore or anything on here. So this all may look a little bit, I don't know, exposed, but it is to change. So once the hardcore of, it's called MOT gravel, well, hardcore, and it's basically the stuff they use on the roads that you can crush them, and it goes really hard and compact. And then over the top of that, we shall put a little smattering of what they call Lincoln Red gravel, which is as it says, Lincoln, it's kind of a reddy colour, which will match in beautifully with all of it. I'm not going to go for the buff, which, you know, the designer would probably go for a buff colour here, a Cotswold buff or something like that. I'm not going to go for that. I know out of experience up this way that it will work fine. So I think this is a good thing to add in. Now, just while we're here, that there is going to be moved. That's another water feature, and I realised that over this winter that actually don't match the bottom. I've been skanked, but it don't matter. Don't matter at all, because neither does the bottom, because the bottom I found somewhere else. Oh, I was actually given that. I'm trying to stop sniffing, but my nose is running. So this is where we've got. Now what I ended up doing with the slabs was this. This was the first thought in my mind before, was to put a ribbon across here, for no other reason than for it to look good. And as you can see, I think that looks absolutely superb. That's really working for me. It's doing it for me. You know when you've got it, when you've hit the mark, shall we say, because it just feels right. It definitely feels right, and it looks good. I like it. So, as we come from what I term the Flintstones arch, which is this, we come through here off the main garden and through here up towards the bungalow itself, and this is where we'll be treading. So what you've got to get in your head is that this will all be gravel. Now forget this dustbin here. Well, that was the dustbin, well, I've just took the lid out. That was a dustbin I found here actually, or somewhere. I found it somewhere, I don't know where, and there's a little tin next to it. I keep all these sort of things for planting. Now they've just been stuck there. They're not supposed to be there at the minute. It's got a little Isle of Telefium, Carfunkelstein, which is a stunning one. That's a sedum, an old sedum, and I've decided I'm going to put Pinus contorta, Chief Joseph, which is this. I'm going to put him here, simply because he goes a boring green in summer. So what I decided, I didn't want to look at it too much in summer, because you won't, you'll take no notice, but in winter you want to look at it. So from the house itself, we'll be able to see this, because as it grows, and it grows up to sort of 3 or 4 foot tall, hopefully in my time here, it should look quite good. From in the windows, in the bay windows there, we should be able to pick it up quite easily. Now, I said yesterday that I was going to move this taxi car to David. I've decided against it. I've actually decided it works really well. And again, this is why you must give it time, because the idea I had originally was the right idea, where I put it, because it had to work with what's going on here. So now I've got what I call, well, a bit of a designer's trick, I guess, a triangle going on. So it goes up to there, down to it, and back across to it. And that works well. And I just think that this is, it's been hard work, but it's been worth it. Now, the one thing you can't see, and I keep saying on this, is how much of an hillside. Now, if to me on that, it looks a little bit hilly. But if I tilt the camera now to show you just how far that tilts, that's the tilt that this garden has actually got, it coming this way. So it's quite deceptive. So with that in mind, I have to decide whether or not we're going to level that, or whether we was going to roll with the land. So in this case, I've got to roll with the land. I've no choice. And it looks all right. It looks good. I don't know if you'll agree or if you'll disagree. So I'm getting closer to putting the Pinus Mugo in. I'm not really fussed about him at the minute. There's no rush to get that one in. I've been having to think about several other things as well. Let's just move this chair. Here we go. Right, so as we come down, as I've said before, this is the view we're going to be getting. Now, this doesn't do it any justice, this short film. It does it no justice at all, this. But it's now starting to come together. And I'm absolutely loving the process of this. The process of creativity. You can't describe it. You can't explain what it feels like until you're doing it. But once you're out in your own garden doing it, you'll totally get it. You'll totally get where I'm coming from. So I'm happy with that. Any comments on this would be gratefully received. And I shall look forward to the next posting that I do, which I don't know what it'll be at the moment, because this, I don't know what I'm going to do in this area at the moment. It's nearly ready for its coat of hardcore, but we shall see. So if you are on YouTube and you're watching this, please subscribe, and then you get to see what I'm doing, and other parts of the garden will start coming into this pretty soon. If you tell your friends about it and get them to subscribe, every little helps. And obviously, as I said before, it don't cost you anything. Right, thanks for looking. Ta-ra.